Let's take a regular coffee with oat milk, please.
And you want to go over here?
To go. My name is Nabeel Silmi.
I'm Adrian Lopez, and along with Kimberly Kim, we are also the co-founders of Grand Coffee here in the Mission District.
Coming from a Palestinian family, coffee's always been a big part of our culture. To me, that's the main thing that's drawn me to coffee, and what we've tried to do in the coffee shop so far is use coffee as this conduit to get people to basically gather around.
Pineapple tea for here.
I think one of the most special things that I wanted to introduce to the menu when we first opened was kind of a riff on, you see this a lot in Europe, sometimes in Latin America, to serve sparkling water alongside a shot of espresso. And I wanted to take that and make it my own, make it Mexican, in other words. And, I decided to do a sparkling tea spiked with tepache. So if you stick around here, you will almost inevitably get a little sip of that, which is just an additional touch of hospitality from us, but also a little bit of an echo of my background and the background of the many people that are around you in the neighborhood.
Oh, actually, I got really busy before I could do it.
So the way the specialty coffee industry has spoken about waves over the past several decades is kind of a reflection on quality standards, where decades ago our grandparents were drinking totally super dark roasted coffee that wasn't necessarily of always the highest quality, but you grew it, you roasted it super darkly, and then you might have vacuum packed it just so it can reach as many corners of the globe as possible. The second wave was a little bit more about the fact that it comes from different parts of the world and it might have different qualities. Companies like Starbucks and Peet's came into existence. They started to highlight the specificity of where particular coffees were coming from. And then more recently, within the past maybe 2 decades, is when we started to see smaller companies that are now large companies like Intelligentsia, Stumptown, and Counterculture that took, again, all these quality standards to an even higher level. And now it's really about terroir.
Right up for you.
And then I think we're breaking through into a fourth wave of coffee now. Now we're seeing coffee being used as a force locally to build community and to be more equitable. With respect to Grand Coffee, I think we're in the forefront of that movement. We fixed the problems at origin and we fixed the supply chain problems. But what happened was once we got here and how coffee was being served, oftentimes coffee was being served in a way that was kind of gentrifying.
This is a working class neighborhood, and first and foremost, it's easy to come into a space like Grand Coffee and get something that might have come from where you were born and raised at an affordable price.
It's actually to bridge this gap where communities of color can now have access and feel welcome and comfortable coming into these places and imbibing these coffees.